Music in the Hamptons. Oh, 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 yeah.
Hello and welcome. I'm Catherine CHE and this is Music in the Hamptons. Today we're here with Ray Rad to talk about his music. So thanks for joining us, Ray.
Yeah, good day. It's good to be here.
Good day. Oh my goodness, what a beautiful spot you have, and thanks for having us come to talk about your music.
Oh, this is a paradise. This is a place to be in the summertime.
Definitely, definitely. And you started out with music pretty young, didn't you?
Yeah, 7 years old, yeah.
Yeah.
7 and 8 playing piano.
And what kinds of things did you like to play on the piano?
Well, I was doing classical music. That's what I was trained for. But you know, as I get older, I started doing more pop songs. More like I've always really liked the Beatles.
Yeah.
And any piano players or keyboard players like some of the '80s guys, like the Pet Shop Boys and Depeche Mode, synthesizers and such. Elton John and especially Billy Joel.
Yeah.
That material. So. I really like taking like Billy Joel material, which is written on piano, and actually transposing it to guitar.
Yeah, yeah. So when did you start? When did the guitar become a part of your repertoire?
Just in university.
Yeah, yeah. So up until that point, it was all keyboard and piano.
Well, the keyboard, you know, had to when you're trying to play keyboard for a living, you're more or less you can't represent the songs as well as with the guitar.
And how do you mean?
Well, I found that you needed a band to always go with the keyboard. I mean, you could do it, but it's just not the same thing. With a guitar, you can be by yourself. I actually saw somebody back home, in the Great Northern Hotel in Byron, who was doing all these different songs that I liked with the guitar. And they said, no, that's exactly the way to go.
Yeah, yeah. When you bring in stuff, like you've got your
my stomp box.
And are there any other things? You don't play the harmonica.
No,
like
not at
some
all.
of the folks do that. What are some other ways that you bring more sound to your...
Well, I use subwoofers in my sound, in my PA system. So trying to get more bass, and I use a hybrid string. Mm-hmm. So I've actually got heavier gauge strings on the low end. And subwoofers, so you actually get the bass guitar. And then if I've got the stomp box, you've got the kick drum sound, which you can modify. Give you just a thump song if you want it to be dancey.
Yeah,
you can do that.
Really cool. Yeah, because I've noticed of the stomp boxes I've heard, yours has the biggest kind of deep boom to it.
It's the best one made. Yeah, they're handmade.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And it's the only one really to get.
So tell me, when did you first start writing songs?
Oh, I was writing songs since just after primary school.
Yeah.
You know, writing cheesy songs or whatever.
Do you remember any of those?
No, I have some.
Yeah.
I have some
recordings.
I know the recordings exist.
Yeah. But you're not going to share them.
Up. No, not today. But I know they do exist.
Yeah. And when did you start writing for and with your guitar?
Oh, I started doing a website for beginner guitars called rayred.com. And I teach guitar on the internet with videos. So once I started doing that, the people on the site, which started to grow exponentially, started asking, instead of cover songs, they wanted my own songs.
How great. That's a nice compliment.
That's what I said. I had a fan base that was already ready and posed to buy them. So went ahead and wrote a couple of songs, verse chorus, very easy, very accessible. And they sold straight away on the internet.
Fantastic! Congratulations.
So but there's a finite amount of people that are buying them.
Yeah.
Apart from the website people, I think you sell some, but it's not like you're selling hundreds of thousands or something like that. It's but it's enough to more than break even.
Yeah.
Straight away.
Beautiful. Yeah.
You know.
What were some of the songs that you started writing for that purpose? Well, did you put them together in an album, or was it one song at a time? How did that go?
No, they were all. They were much of it random, really.
Yeah.
I'm not going to play this one today, but there was one song on the Touching Indians CD called The Back Seat. I saw some people. I was walking up the lighthouse in Byron Bay, and some people in a Jeep, and 4 people in a Jeep, which means two in the back seat.
Yeah.
And the back seat of a Jeep is the most uncomfortable. It's like, it's like flying coach. And I just wrote this song called The Back Seat.
Yeah.
It just, I hate to be in the back seat. And you can see these guys in this Jeep, driving around in a Jeep, for some reason thinking that yelling at girls on the street that's going to do something.
Yeah.
But and of course the guys in the back are not getting any attention. So that's what the song was about.
Yeah.
Being in the back is not the best position.
So is that on your
It's on Touching Indian.
Touching Indian?
Yeah,
So tell me about that CD.
Well, since I had the fan base for RayRed.com, I talked to people on email all the time, on internet chat. They're always asking specific questions about a song or something, but I never get to meet them. So through a movie by Albert Brooks called Lost in America, where he wanted to leave his job and go and see the real America, which he called Touching Indian, so I stole that title.
Yeah.
And so I went ahead and used that, and that's what it was called, just so I could write those songs and sell that and actually play it in front of the people that were actually on my website.
Yeah. So are there any songs from that CD you would play for us?
Yeah, the one I don't want to call it controversial. The one political song, "Living in a Bubble," which was actually on that one and the latest when I put that one over. Was a song about, it was from the radio, talkback radio, and actually it was. Well, I'll give you the name. It was Dennis Miller's radio show. He was away. He was a guy substituting for him, Breitbart. And Breitbart was talking about people who only associate with those who they only associate with people that agree with them. That's what it was. And so the song was called "Living in a Bubble." He called it "Living in a Bubble."
Yeah.
And I instantly started writing this down. I just write things down on anything I happen to have in my pocket, and came up with a pretty cool song all about people who only associate with those who agree with them. They dismiss anyone who doesn't agree with them, and they never learn anything. Such.
They live in their bubble.
Yeah, actually, let me do it with the other guitar.
Okay.
Nicer.
Great.
This one's called "Living in a Bubble." Your life is a farm everywhere you go. You only go to places where no one says no. You're living in a bubble, like a stork's head in the sand. Living in a bubble, put a lot of trouble around. Living in a bubble, put a lot of trouble around. People that we see, even on TV, agree with what they say. We do it every day. Living in a bubble, like a stork's head in the sand. We'll put a lot of trouble. Living in a bubble, put a lot of trouble around. Living in a bubble, put a lot of trouble around. Living in a bubble, put a lot of trouble around. Living in a bubble, put a lot of trouble around. You can't disagree, even when they hate. You just close your eyes. Avoiding all debate, you're living in a bubble, like a stork's head in the sand. You'll cause a lot of trouble with the dream of the promised land. Living in a bubble, put a lot of trouble around. Living in a bubble, put a lot of trouble around. Living in a bubble, put a lot of trouble around. Living in a bubble, put a lot of trouble around.
Nice, I like that.
So it's not meant to insult anyone, but apparently it does occasionally. But I explain it to people, and these folks think it's about them, and they think it's about them. So
Yeah. Well, you know, people are going to interpret a song however they want to.
That's fine. That's fine. It's no matter
Yeah,
how.
'cause I don't hear in the song you're pointing any fingers at anyone in particular.
No, because everyone's guilty of it. That's the whole point.
Yeah, that's right. So what are some other things that inspire you to write?
When I watch the American news, even when I'm overseas, I get it on the internet and see things going on the news. If there's like a local flood someplace and it's 300 miles away, you know, with a shovel and a broom or something like that. So incidents like that. Now, for example, this is where a song came from. This was from Scranton. The city of Scranton 2 years ago went broke. Couldn't pay the fire department, couldn't pay the police, etc. I've never been to Scranton, don't know anything about it. When you watch it, when you watch the news and you see these people that are working for the public, and you see that here it is, you expecting to get paid. They know what it's like to work a job, and you expect to get paid at the end of next week or such. And you know that most of that money is going towards a house payment, a car payment, food, or whatever.
Yeah.
And the bank doesn't care that what your excuse is. They just want their money. And so here, here's the police department and the city's saying, yeah, well, we know we're supposed to pay you $1,000 or whatever it is, but we're only going to give you $200. And there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
And so I rang up the newspaper in Scranton and asked if there was anything we could make arrangement as that I can't send them thousands of dollars, but if we could put together some kind of a show and a fundraiser and raise some money for these guys. We got some local musos from Scranton and we put a little fundraiser together. On the way there I wrote a song called Going to Scranton. And everything I could look up about Scranton before I went, and I wrote it down in the car on the way. And it's actually a pretty cool song, so they've been actually using it since then.
Oh, good.
For promotion and such for things in Scranton. It's pretty cool.
Excellent, excellent. Well, would you do the Scranton song for us?
Yeah.
Oh, I've never seen the back of that one.
Oh yeah.
It's always rated, against you. That's
Yeah, this
beautiful.
was all done by a guy in Sydney. There we go. Oh yeah, okay. They said that Scranton, Pennsylvania is a very nice town. The more I walk around it, I'd like to stick around. Scranton seems like the kind of place I'd like my kids to go. 'Cause unlike other cities, all our neighbors we all know, we're going to Scranton, 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 PA. Scranton, 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 USA. Scranton, 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 PA. Scranton, 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 USA. I work at Dunder Mifflin Paper each day from 8 to 4, and the kids watch the Scrantonites make another score. And Whiskey Dick's or the Keys is where we wash it all down. And Sunday afternoon is a treat at Jake's Diner, or shopping at Scott's Grocery. They say there is no finer. Electric City, Scranton, welcome home. We're going to Scranton, 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 PA. Scranton, 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 USA. Scranton, 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 PA. Scranton, Scranton, it's where I'm going to stay. Welcome home. Hershey's got the chocolate, Pittsburgh's got the steel, Philadelphia's got the Liberty Bell, and that's a really big deal. Paris brings the Erie Republic, Scranton's where I'm going to stay, and that ain't no mistake. I'm going to Scranton, 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 PA. Scranton, 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 USA. Scranton, 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 PA. Scranton, Scranton is the first city in America that was fully electrified.
Ah, okay.
So that's why it's called Electric City. If you're going into town, into the city, you see a sign that says "Welcome Home."
Yeah. Oh, that's a nice sign to see.
So it's actually pretty cool.
I
Yeah.
think most towns should be a sign like that, "Welcome Home."
Yeah.
So, thinking of that notion of home, where do you feel like is home right now? Because you live in a lot of different places, right?
Well, I live in Bangkok half the year, or about a third of the year, part of the year. I'm in Byron Bay most of the year, and then I come back here for 4 months.
Okay.
So I'm home wherever I am, actually.
Yeah. Well, that's
It
beautiful.
doesn't really matter. I always feel like you can't miss a place if you don't go away.
That's right. That's right. Long for it. Well, that's beautiful. So, when you're living here, have you been inspired by this beautiful place where you are right now?
Nothing from the Hamptons. The only thing I've got from here was from when we had the hurricane 2 years ago, or the tropical storm as they called it, when the Sandy came and saw what was going on. Actually, this neighborhood was the only one that we still had electricity.
Yeah.
So had electricity, had internet, had TV. So we got to watch everybody
Nice.
else who
Yeah,
didn't have anything.
We sure didn't have that.
It was sort of weird, you know. And but I got to see this lady from Staten Island serving food in a diner. She's working in a diner, and her house had been destroyed and such. So wrote a song for her. Well, actually, just for Staten Island.
Yeah.
They've done pretty wiped.
Do you know
Looked
her
up some
name?
stuff.
Did you?
I wrote it down.
Yeah.
I don't remember what her name is now.
Yeah.
I just remember the diner because again, you're watching it, and I still had internet, and I saw her hat, and her hat had the name of the diner on it, so I was able to look up the diner,
Yeah.
and actually, and then send that off to them and such. So
Yeah.
that was actually pretty cool because that was just something that happened, and again, there wasn't anything I could do about it.
Right.
But it was a song that wasn't cheesy.
Yeah. Well, would you share that song with us?
Yeah, let's do that one. Let's do
Staten Island. Well, I challenge you next time you're on the show, I want to hear a song about some aspect, Sag Harbor, the Hamptons, the beach.
Can't be very obvious. I don't like it to be cheesy, so. The Southern State is my driveway. JFK's in my backyard. I can take the ferry to a place that's pretty scary. We've got it good and that's no lie. We like the beach, brand new Camaros. Cruise out to Long Island, we take the Verrazano. Watch my little brother insist, make sure they grow up right. We're going to Staten Island, place that I call home. Staten Island, can keep your Jersey shore. Staten Island, say it again once more. Staten Island, yeah, yeah, yeah. Off in the distance from St. George's Cliff, Lady Liberty is standing in the waves. We may be in pieces, but we still keep the peace. To stand up to the storm, we must be brave. They say that Staten Island's pretty nice in the summer. Sometimes the winter makes us pay. When something kicks you down, you just get up again. When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. We're going to Staten Island, place that I call Staten Island. You keep your Jersey shore. Staten Island, say it again once more. Staten Island, yeah, yeah, yeah. Manhattan's got the money, and Brooklyn has the bridge. The Bronx is famous for the zoo, and Jersey has Bay Ridge. Queens has all the urban place, they got folks from everywhere.
But Staten Island is the only place I really care about. Staten Island, place that I call Staten Island. Keep your Jersey Shore. Staten Island, say it again once more. Staten Island, yeah, yeah, yeah. We're going to Staten Island. Staten Island. Staten Island, say it again once more. Staten Island, yeah, yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, cheers.
So you got Touching
Touching Indians, which was the first 3 years ago.
And then what was you referred to? Touching
Aborigines,
So
right.
tell us about that one.
Well, that's what Staten Island's on. I was just, once I'd gone with the Touching Indians, I had to start coming up with more indigenous folks. So the next one's probably going to be Touching Eskimos or something. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
But,
Do you ever write any love songs?
I've got one song when we were closing out Touching Aborigines, and we were about to close it out, and I came up with one song at the last minute when I was in the car park up here, and just last minute written up, and it was actually the best song on the CD.
Well, you have to play us the best song.
Yeah, it was actually, well, I like living in a bubble. That, to me,
Yeah, that's great. Well, I like Staten Island.
that's the radio one. But this one is called, I'll play this one called The One That Got Away.
Yeah.
Actually on the CD it's titled The One. But
Saw someone that looked like you just the other day, and a smile lit up my world. Flashback to the time when you were my girl. I knew you were the one that got away. You could hang out with my friends, be one of the guys, and each day spontaneous, full of surprise. But when the memory of your smile creeps into my mind, I could tell you were the one that got away. Her accent was extraordinary in a sense of appeal. The way she mispronounced some words, the way she made me feel. Time went on, she flew away to a native land, just like an hourglass of sun. She could hang out with my friends, be one of the guys, and each day spontaneous, full of surprise. When the memory of her smile creeps into my mind, could tell she was the one that got away. She could hang out with my friends, be one of the guys, and each day spontaneous, full of surprise. But when the memory of her smile creeps into my mind, could tell she was the one that got away. I could tell she was the one that got away. I could tell she was the one that got away.
Very nice. I know you play lots and lots of places around. Any place you want to share with people where they can come see more of your music?
John Scott's at West Hampton Beach on Dune Road. Been playing there for 10 years. Really great place to play, and great food.
And when are you there?
Usually on Fridays.
Okay.
Canal Cafe in Hampton Bays.
Yep.
Really great food. Sort of a low-key place. The place packs out. I play there occasionally on Mondays.
Yeah.
I do host the open mic at MJ Dowling's every Wednesday. That's a year-round gig.
In Sag Harbor.
And we have a nice low-key thing going on there.
Yeah.
There's, I'll tell you, 10 minutes in front of an audience is better than 10 hours at your home.
Absolutely.
It's the
And
best
you all
thing
have
for
really created, you're right, you created a really nice vibe there, because you do have people from, people rank beginners to people who are very, very seasoned, maybe trying new stuff, maybe trying stuff a different way. It's a really safe
Yeah.
situation you created. Great. Well, thank you so much for sharing your music with us.
Yeah, no worries, yeah.
So it's Ray Red. You can also check out his website.
RayRed.com.
RayRed.com, spelled like you would think it'd be spelled. And I'm Catherine CHE. This is Music in the Hamptons. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you want to stay in touch with us, you can go to facebook.com/Music in the Hamptons. Even if you don't have a Facebook page, you can check us out there. Bye-bye. See you next week.
Cheers, guys.
Okay, great. Thank you.